Hello and welcome back, my friends. I'm in a good mood today, and that's
And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's some.
and we've just entered into pomegranate harvest season. Check it out. Oh yeah. The wonderful variety of pomegranate is loaded down with fruits. It's the season of abundance. That's all I can think of when I see all the beautiful edible fruits dangling from this tree. It's like an early Christmas. And you know, I've got this cattle panel archway here, which works as a great support for some of the limbs coming off of the pomegranate tree here. I think it looks really cool the way it's supporting the fruit and they're poking through here. Oh, check it out. We've got an open fruit here. So this is what I call nature's automatic bird feeder. I leave these hanging on the tree for the birds. But generally speaking, the pomegranate is pest and disease resistant. There's almost nothing that affects this tree. One of the absolute easiest fruit trees, or shrubs as I like to call it, to grow in your garden. And no, seriously, out of the 35 plus fruit trees I have growing back here in my backyard food forest, the pomegranate requires the least amount of care. It's probably the most drought resistant tree that I have growing back here. I've got some other ones like the jujube, which I shared with you yesterday, my fig tree, my persimmon trees. They all do very well in dry, arid conditions, but the pomegranate tree requires almost no care other than a little bit of pruning earlier in the season. And that, my friends, is my kind of food crop to grow. We're talking about perennial food producing plants that produce delicious tasting edible crops that return year after year after year. This is so amazing to see. And this tree is now 11 years old, planted back in 2011, one of the first tree installations in my backyard food forest design. And unlike a lot of the different varieties of fruit trees that you purchase and plant in your garden, pomegranates don't come bare root, they come potted up. And you can pick them up in the fall. And I'd suggest, if you're thinking about growing a pomegranate tree in your garden, to go ahead and get that tree on order ASAP. If you're ordering online, check with your local nursery, see if they're going to get any in stock or if they have any currently, and go ahead and plant that in your garden. You can do it now in the fall, you can do it in the spring. And the pomegranate tree is what's known as monoecious. So it has both female and male flowers. So you only need one tree. They're self-fertile. With that being said, if you do get two varieties, you're going to increase fruit production because that cross-pollination is going to work wonders for your fruit sets. And I've mentioned this in the past, I've got two different varieties of pomegranate growing here. This one being the Wonderful, which I've identified as being predominantly female. So it produces heavy fruit sets. And I've got another pomegranate over yonder known as the white variety. And it does produce smaller fruits, but also smaller quantity because it's a male dominated flowering tree. But I'm glad I have it because seeing as this is mainly female flowers, those male flowers are needed for those bees and the hummingbirds and the other insects that come in to cross-pollinate these flowers to give me heavy fruit sets like this. So typically, your first harvest of pomegranates will begin in the fall, first or second week of October. We're a little bit early because we're not quite to October yet, but we've got some beautiful ripe fruits here ready to go. And I know that because the darker red color here, and if I squeeze the fruit, you can feel there's a little give. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest the fruit right now, and I'm going to do it by pruning it off with a pair of secateurs. You don't want to just pull the fruit off of the pomegranate tree. You can do damage to the limbs. So we're going to cut this fruit off, and I'm going to share with you a quick and easy way to remove the arils inside. So whether you're growing your own pomegranates or buying them from the market, this tip is going to help you to enjoy them that much quicker. All right, so this one is a beauty, and I'm going to prune right up close to the fruit like that. Now, many folks may not be aware, but the pomegranate fruit is botanically actually a berry. And the way we want to open it, you want to get yourself a sharp knife or a paring knife, and we're going to make a cut near the top of the fruit here, just through the skin and the membrane, so we can pop the top. Look at that. And you'll notice here how the membrane creates somewhat of a star pattern. We want to follow each one of those lines there down the side, like so. And now you can pull the fruit open. Now you can just use a heavy spoon or the back end of your knife, if you're brave enough to do that, and knock the fruit out. And it all just comes right on out. A few remaining fruits, just pull out with your knife or spoon. Leave that for the birds or the chickens. It's really easy. Nearly all of them out. Now you can just go through and pick out any of the membrane. And in less than a minute, you've got yourself a fully cleaned, ready to eat pomegranate. Sit here next to my pond and enjoy some fresh pomegranate. Yum. Here's to your health, my friends. Now, pomegranates are a nutrient-dense fruit. They contain a host of vitamins and minerals. You got vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin E, B2, B6. A great fruit to consume heading into the colder months to help to boost your immunity. And one of my favorite ways to eat the pomegranate is just like this, just straight out of the bowl, straight out of hand. But I also love to throw these arrows into a salad, or just make a straight up pomegranate salad. You can add a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil to this with some salt, some pepper, some lemon juice. Really delicious. And I also have a juice press made specifically for squeezing the juice out of oranges and pomegranates. That's also a wonderful way to consume this delectable fruit. Now, the pomegranate originated in Iran, the Himalayas, northern India, and it made its way here into the Americas. There's many different varieties of pomegranate you can grow. I'm looking to expand my pomegranate production and get a couple more varieties myself. Well, that's going to wrap up this video, my friends. I sure do appreciate you all tuning in. Hope you're all having a great day. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com. Take care. I'll be talking to you again soon.